I've been in a dip for, I don't know, 9 months. I've been feeling like I've been at war with businesses and relationships, and my wife and I just went through separation, and I have this little journal I write in, and I'm still just writing stuff that I'm grateful for. And now I'm like trickling onto the other end where everything's starting to come together again. And what I noticed about myself specifically, I need to be uncomfortable. And if I don't go out of my way to find it, then it starts to sneak in and it finds me in ways that aren't going to be so pleasant. We're always going to go through some sort of hardship, right? But if I put myself into it, then it doesn't sneak up in areas that I don't really like.
Welcome to the Calgary Sessions. This is episode number 178. I'm your host, Jeff Humphreys. Before I get into it today, if you're listening to this, you might want to go check it on YouTube or Spotify because we're in our new studio. It looks ridiculous. Second thing is, if you like this one, please share it. We're trying to get some more attention around it. Today's guest, our good friend, Mr. Jeff Shepard, he's always very quick to do cool intros. He has this like third sense of connecting good people. Mm-hmm. And so that's how this one happens. So please name and who you are.
My name is Brent Boucher, and I am Calgarian, entrepreneur, father, husband or ex-husband now, I guess. Yeah, that's about it, man.
It's interesting, right? Like that question is like, some people answer it a bunch of different ways. Like
Yeah.
who, some people go to like family and some people go to the profession right away, but it's always interesting to hear where people take it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a weird question to start with. And then when you start to think about it, like some people, I would assume answer it like they're giving you their card. This is who I am. Mm. But that's not really who they are, or at least I hope not, right? Like just talking about your job. I don't know. Wouldn't be a conversation for me.
No. There's
I'm an accountant. Okay. Now where do we go? Very deep. A perfect accountant. Cool.
Yeah. It's always fascinating to hear it because people just, who is just, it's a different way to say it than what do you do or, what are you up to? It's, yeah.
Who has had your best response for that question? What is it?
It's almost like, and this might sound ridiculous, but it's almost every week is the next best one.
Okay.
Just because all the people that come through here, they're just like fascinating humans. Mm-hmm. So it's very interesting just to hear the response from everyone. And it's some people it's very quick and some people are trying to figure it out in the moment.
Right.
Once
you asked me, I'm like, oh wait, who am I? Oh no, I don't know.
So it's just a different way to get into it.
So if we reversed it and I asked you, Jeff, who are you?
Well, then it's weird, right? Like that, because then I've never answered it, but for me, it's almost like because I've heard so many answers. Mm-hmm. I could say the normal thing, son, partner, all the things. For me, it's like, who am I? I feel like it's almost like a creative connector. Mm-hmm. It's kind of, if I was to put it out there just into this like.
You're like a more creative Jeff.
Yeah. Shep.
Better looking, better hair.
That's it.
Right.
Shep's a good dude, but yes, I might have him on those. Have you seen one of these?
I haven't.
Perfect.
Actually, no, I haven't watched any of them. I didn't know what I was walking into. But I dig the new space for sure. This is a huge upgrade, I'm sure, for you. Yeah. So congrats to you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is a wicked room.
Yeah, it's kind of got a vibe already.
It's got like a bit of a cigar, scotchy, chill out, Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, we did.
You nailed it. Yeah. And the other rooms look sick too.
Yeah, it's going to be, we've had some help on this one, so.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm glad you appreciate it.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were quite smart enough to design everything that's come about here.
No.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
If you're like me, you probably surround yourself with smarter people than yourself.
That's it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting to say that because it's like we have to put something out there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's energy. I don't know if it's like, for me, I don't like to say a lot. So I think it's just more of an energy in how you present yourself.
Which is odd that you'd get this gig.
But that's cool because this gig is me not talking, just listening. It has nothing to do with me.
Right.
Like it's all about the guest. So it's like an interesting experience. But yeah, I think to your point, you know, you put it out there and like-minded people start finding you and everything starts clicking.
Yeah. 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 I've been fortunate in my businesses for sure, because I always seem to find someone that is way better at something than me that I definitely need help in, that I know I need help in. And like all my businesses have way smarter, way better people that I surround myself with. And so it's nice. I'm probably the smartest at knowing that I'm not the smartest to make sure I have the proper people in place, right?
Yeah. That could be like your superpower.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just acknowledging that.
Yeah.
So the gist of this show, I like the guests to go back as far as they want to go.
Okay.
So kind of where they grew up, how they grew up, parents, siblings, job, influences, sports, music, all the things as far back as you want to go. And then we kind of weave our way to where you are today, all the cool things, all the, all the random things in between. So that's it. Take this thing as far back as you want to go, and we'll just kind of work our way through it.
Oh God. How far down the rabbit hole do you want to go?
So you flip it on me. If somebody asked me that question, you know, my memories don't really, you know, they might click in at like 8. You know what I mean? But everyone goes to different places. Some people talk about where they're born and early memories, and so you take it wherever you want.
Well, you did approach me with the question about like what Calgary means to you, I guess.
Which is the last question.
Okay.
To end it, yep.
Well, when I started thinking about that, and it's funny you say this at the age 8, I moved to Calgary when I was 8. And so my feeling around Calgary is actually really positive because I was born in Edmonton, and my mom and my dad had separated when we were 3, I think, is when we took off. And my mom had severe mental health issues and then physical health issues. And so our rocky road from like 3 to 8, just like couch surfing, going from welfare house to welfare house, and then watching her struggle. And then she met a new guy around 8, and he had a job in Calgary, or starting a new job in Calgary. So I felt like moving to Calgary was this big change and lifesaver, and we were starting a new life and doing all these things. So yeah, when I thought about Calgary, and I thought about that old space, I'm like, man, Calgary's pretty fucking awesome. Yeah.
0 to 8, was it like school? As you just touched on, I'm guessing it was kind of sporadic. And
yeah, we moved around a little bit for sure. I don't have like a lot of fond memories from back then, you know. I felt like I was kind of being the parent and the dad, like taking care of
siblings.
My mom. I had a sister. She passed away when I was 20. Yeah, she was finally successful in suicide, but she had some severe mental health issues too. Our age gap was huge though. My sister was about 10 years older than me. So I loved her. I looked up to her. She could beat the shit out of me until eventually tables turn, and then it's like, well, I don't want to beat up my sister, but right. You did fuck with me, and I can. But yeah, I mean, she lived in Edmonton, and then I got wrapped up into drug scene and pharmaceuticals and all that stuff that kind of paralyzes your brain and your thoughts and all that, right? So eventually, if you're having more bad days than good days, I think you want to go to the other side of the sky. Yeah. It's your journey. Yeah. You do you.
Did you feel that when you're kind of youngster, almost like looking after your mom? You must have known it was different, you know, like your peer group, like there must have been like a...
For sure. You learn that fairly early on. And then, you know, for me, I'm looking around at other families, how they're connecting, what they're doing, what's the father doing, what's the mother doing. And then, you know, eventually when I got here, I started seeing those people, and then they almost brought me in. Like I probably had 3 or 4 moms, 3 or 4 dads, and I could take each good piece from each one of those and then amalgamate them into what I think would be the ultimate parent or person or whatever, right? Does that make sense?
Completely.
Yeah. So I have a lot of people to be thankful for. in my life that have treated me like gold, you know?
When you get here, 8 years old, obviously still super young, like do things start to change? Do you get involved in things, whether it's sport or community, or like
I always played sports, so I was on pretty much every team you could be on, you know, throughout school. I didn't get to play hockey because it was just too expensive, and it wasn't. We didn't have capacity for it. So I think that helped keep me probably on a straighter path, but I definitely veered off the path a few times. It wasn't all smooth sailing, right? I've got a lot of scars and battle wounds to prove it. But eight was actually when I wouldn't have the business I have today, which is the motorcycle shop, if on my 8th birthday, my sister got this brainiac idea that she's going to buy me a dirt bike. So she's coming down from Edmonton. And you know, like back in the days, they had those like live links or whatever, like you just call and it's a dating service. My mom and my sister were super active on these things, and they were like scamming dudes on them all the time, right? So wanting to get money from them or gifts or whatever. And we don't know. We're thinking not with our head, with our other head. So they put these guys in just terrible situations. So she gets this bright idea that she's going to get me a dirt bike and she's going to come down to Calgary. And she's just hooked up with this dude. And so she's like, I'm coming down. I'm going to bring my friend with me. And this guy's thinking, oh shit, I get to meet the family. Like, I'm in, right? So she goes to Beau Cycle, which I'm sure you remember back in the day. Bowness's like first motorcycle shop, right? And I grew up in Bowness. And she goes and picks out this dirt bike. It's a Honda CR50. And then she tells the sales guy, I'm getting this for my brother's birthday. I got to take it for a quick test ride. So he puts on a helmet, she gets on it, and just literally leaves the dude there, like rides it to the house, puts it in the garage, doesn't tell me it's stolen, unveils it to me for my birthday. And I ride the shit out of this thing, like all the time. And the alleys in Bowness make a complete circle. So I would just drive through all the alleys because I didn't have anyone to take me dirt biking until I met friends that would take me. But like I could go dirt biking up near COP, I'd cross the street and rip that thing all over the place. But my fondest memories were like, oh, like I feel at peace when I'm riding. This is like therapy to me. This is the only time I'm not thinking about my mom or my sister or school or whatever. You're just like, you're in the moment, right? And so I think that bled through eventually, where I did enough shitty jobs that I hated that I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do something I like. And so I'm kind of like people's therapist now. It's wicked. I'm like, save the money for a therapist. Come see me and take the bike out. Like, go for a rip.
When did you connect all that? Like when you were thinking about opening the bike shop, or was it just this like reoccurring thing in your head?
I think it started, I didn't really put it together until later when someone asked me a question like, how did you get into motorcycles? And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That's how I got into motorcycles, was my sister stealing me a motorbike.
It's so, I've had
and I didn't know until I went to go sell it. And my mom's like, you can't fucking sell that. It's stolen. Like, what the hell, you guys? Like, I'm living in a sham here. Like, what the fuck?
So bizarre. My motorcycle story, random. I've had a bike for almost 30 years.
Okay.
My dad used to have bikes growing up. And so I remember sitting on he had an FJ 1100 back in the day. And we used to sit me on the front of the tank, no buckets.
Yes, of course.
We lived up in Strathcona, so like 69.
The New Day kids are soft. We did all the stuff.
But that stuck with me, right?
Yeah.
And then when I turned 19, I just had this thing. I'm like, I want a bike. I've had one ever since. It's like, I don't know if it's the smells or it's that feeling of the wind, like something. It's just, once you know it's there.
All the sensory stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I took a few years off, and I always joke with my customers because it was like before I started the shop, I didn't have a bike for a few years. I'm like, if you don't ride for a bit, you're going to be in the same situation I'm in, and you're going to own a bike shop now. You're not going to love it.
Double down.
Yeah.
What else had your attention as a youngster in like, elementary, junior high? What were you, was there like pressure? Was it heavy or
It was heavy for me because my sister had got pregnant when I was in junior high, and then my mom was still really sick, and so they couldn't really take care of the kid, so I took care of the kid. So I missed a ton of school and got really far behind. I did well in school when I'd go, but it's impossible if you miss 365 classes in a year to get anywhere with it, right? Yeah. So I think I held a lot of resentment and stuff towards that as a youngster, and then I learned to appreciate the fact that like I got a lot out of it, right? I did my own schooling, I did my own stuff. I learned how to care for someone, care for multiple people, which is always a nice asset later on in life, right? Now I have kids, I've already done it. Not with my own, but you take it on like it's your own. So school was a bit trying for me. And then eventually I didn't even finish high school. I was done on grade 11. I needed to get working. I was working full time in grade 9, I think.
Doing what? What kind of jobs were you?
Oh, I jumped around on everything. Every fast food place I was at, for sure. I think I started at KFC, and all my friends worked at McDonald's right across in the mall. So I jumped ship and went to McDonald's, and then Wendy's and A&W and Dairy Queen. Yeah.
All of them.
yeah, literally all of them, yeah.
Was it a necessity to work?
Yes, yeah.
I
had bills to pay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Literally,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you just figure that out on your own? Did you know did you understand bills?
I knew that, there's an electricity bill and a water bill and all of those bills, and my mom can't afford to pay them. My grandpa was a really good cat, old Scottish guy, super penny wise, saved everything, owned a bunch of real estate. And he told me early on, he's like, you're the man of the house. Like, you better get working. Someone's got to pay for some shit. Wow. Yeah. So that's kind of, I guess, how it came about to begin with.
Yep.
It's like that resonated a lot with me. And he was an amazing father figure, but pretty hard on people for sure. But you go through a couple depressions and wars and that kind of stuff. The old school guys, fucking tough.
Yeah, hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you leave high school, did you, obviously it was a reality, you had to like work to pay for things. Did you give it much thought watching your friends or peers kind of like just living a different life, or were you just head down doing your own thing?
I was head down doing my own thing, and I always had a certain drive or fuel inside of me where I thought, well, I'm way more gritty than you. And I saw it in sports too. The guys that were really gifted and naturals, you can outwork them.
Yeah.
You can always outwork them. And I tell that to my daughter right now too. She's in competitive gymnastics, and she's not like the most gifted athlete of the group, but her work ethic, she's outworking people. And because of that, she's striving. And so I realized that with like anything, you can outwork anyone.
Do you the idea of like, do you think there still has to be like as you're working so hard to keep outworking people, I think you still need to see like some wins.
For sure.
That just to like that sense of being capable.
Yeah.
And then just like doubling down again.
The thing that I've noticed too, and this is pretty prominent, is everyone's scared to fail. So you're like handcuffed by this, you don't want to compete. Like I compete in jiu-jitsu, and fuck, it's scary. You're going to go up against some dude that wants to kill you, and they might be better than you, and there's a good chance you could lose. But if you don't put yourself out there, like that's going to feel way worse later. If I'm not doing the stuff that I think I should be doing or that I'm capable of doing, even if you fail, who the fuck cares? It's not a fail. Just grind on, man. Like, So I've done a bunch of stuff where I've failed at it, but I've had some wins too, right? And they feel good. And then the losses don't feel so bad because you're like, all the shit that you've been through or the stuff that you've done, it's like, it's pretty minuscule when you think about some of it, right? Like it's not earth shattering. It's not life ending. Some people have some real problems, right? I have my health.
It's just when you're in those moments of like the dips, it does feel like all consuming, right?
Yeah. And I've been in a dip for, I don't know, 9 months. I've been feeling like I've been at war day in and day out with businesses and relationships. And my wife and I just went through separation and all of that stuff. And it kind of compiles on you, right? And I have this little journal I write in, and I'm still just writing stuff that I'm grateful for. And now I'm like trickling onto the other end where everything's starting to come together again. And what I noticed about myself specifically, and I think it probably resonates for other people too, is I need to be uncomfortable. I need to be in this uncomfortable zone. And if I don't go out of my way to find it with like an adventure with buddies or hiking or whatever it is, or like jujitsu, right? Then it starts to sneak in and it finds me in ways that aren't going to be so pleasant. Like we're always going to go through some sort of hardship or times, right? But if I put myself into it, then it doesn't sneak up in areas that I don't really like, right? So for me, and my wife or ex-wife will probably tell you this too. She's like, dude, like you got to be uncomfortable before you even start performing. Is that weird?
Well, listen, you and I have been talking for whatever amount of minutes.
Yeah.
Based on 0 to grade 11.
Yeah.
It was all uncomfortable.
Right.
That like, I don't know everything.
Yeah.
But what I hear is that, right?
Yeah.
You operated in that state of uncomfortableness for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's like ingrained in you.
Yeah.
And I don't think it leaves.
Right.
So now all of a sudden it's like, now you're operating. Now that's kind of that's your normal.
Right.
Whereas the rest, a large
trauma.
That's it.
Yeah.
But that's probably
and we all have our trauma, right? It just sneaks in wherever. And so if that's mine, I probably should just wear it as a badge of honor and make myself uncomfortable and whatever. So, and I do all kinds of weird regiments of stuff. That's probably not the most comfortable, but it works.
A buddy of mine said being comfortable, being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And he's a pro athlete. It's those kind of situations, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's not all going to work.
No.
It's just, you got to be okay with it and figure out how to get through it.
Yeah. Jiu-jitsu is really good at showing you that. And this is what I told my girls when I got them first started. They don't do it anymore because they're too busy. But I started my oldest when she was 3 and she went till she was 7. So 4-year stint. And she is the most emotional, doesn't want to hurt anyone, picking daisies and flowers, right? And I told her at the first competition, because she just went hysterical, started crying before she even went up. She's like, Dad, I can't do this. That boy's going to kill me, blah, 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 like going off, right? And it's a tough pill to swallow with your daughter, right? So I calm her down, and then she gets in there, and she fucking helicopter throws this dude, right, onto the floor. The little boy's got a mohawk. He's hysterical all of a sudden because he's getting beat up by my daughter, right? And it's emotional. And then she's crying again afterwards. And I'm like, well, honey, you won. You did it. Like, you're okay. And you're not dead. Nothing here is going to harm you. You're okay. I don't want you to be professional at jiu-jitsu. I want you to feel what it feels like to be comfortable being uncomfortable, because you're going to be throughout everything that you do in your life.
It's fascinating to actually have that conversation with the youngster, I'm sure. Because
Yeah, and they probably don't even really,
they don't get
it.
Yeah.
But she's getting uncomfortable in a lot of things.
For sure.
And she's rolling through it.
We ditch out of school at grade 11. Did you have an idea of, was it just work, just survival?
I was probably more fight or flight mode at the time, just surviving, just working aimless jobs to kind of get by.
Yeah.
But I always knew that there's more and that there's greater stuff in life than just like head down, bum up and working to get a paycheck.
Yeah.
And so I always had this like entrepreneurial spirit that was within me. You know, I started my first landscaping company back then, worked it for a while, started another one, started a construction thing, like all kinds of different stuff. I think the bike shop was the one that really like took it to the next level, because it wasn't a monetary thing.
Yeah.
It was something that burned inside of me, that fueled stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I think if you find something that you're passionate about, the obvious byproduct is going to be something financial anyways, right? If it stems from the right section, you know what I mean? Yeah. And if I would have never started the bike shop, I wouldn't have started a finance company. So it just kind of like cascades into stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you'd know too, like every entrepreneur sees a lot of squirrels. So we start chasing all kinds of flashy things. So I think honing in, like I have a partner in the finance company and he wants to do everything. And I have to focus and put blinders on everyone. Like, this is what we're doing. This is our core business. Like, let's stay aligned on stuff, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd chase everything.
Did you, as you're popping up those other businesses as a youngster, did you always know you can do your own thing? And was it just because, you know, you had to take care of yourself? Like, it was like you're very self-reliant early. So it's just like working for yourself was kind of the option, or did you even think about getting like the 9 to 5?
No, I never really loved the 9 to 5. Like, if I'm working, I find a lot of 9 to 5s, you're just going through the motions. It doesn't feel rewarding. I could do 10 hours of work in 2 hours, and then you're just like filling your day to appease someone, to make them happy that you're getting a paycheck, right?
Yeah.
So it just seemed monotonous. And even school felt that way a little bit. You know, they have 8 hours in the school and you can actually do the curriculum in 2, right? And you're not really, in my eyes, learning a whole bunch of life skills, to be honest. Like, I think a little bit of the education stuff is a bit of a sham. I mean, later on, when you really want to hone in on something, you do need some of that stuff, especially like in business. I had to do a bunch of business courses in school and stuff, right? Like, if you want to be able to do forecasting and spreadsheets and cash flow and all the stuff that comes along with it, right? And I'm not the best at that, but I've got lots of people around me that are good at it, right?
Yeah. Where do things start to change after you kind of do the construction, landscaping? What's kind of, where are you at that time period?
You learn who you want to partner up with and who you don't. And I've always had good friends that, you know, you connect with and then you want to start something with, and it doesn't always go that well. So eventually I knew that I maybe was better off just focusing on my own. Does that make sense?
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
So what was the evolution? What'd you get into next?
About 5 years into the bike shop.
So when did you start the bike shop?
I think about 12 years ago. I was trying to figure this out, and all my timelines are based on relationships. That's how I figure out where I'm at, right? So I've been with my wife for 11 years, and I started the shop just before I got with her.
And before all that was construction company, landscaping, just like doing these very
odd things, right? And working on oil rigs and whatever else that every other Calgarian does, right?
But keeping busy, like
I was always busy.
Yeah.
And so I would have started it about 12 years ago, and very quickly into starting the bike shop, I realized that when we need to sell a motorcycle, people can't pay for it. No one like has cash, right? So they're always financing it. And I was giving all these deals to the banks, and I started like analyzing it, and I'm like, fuck, I'm in the wrong end of the business. Like, these guys are making way more money off of a sale than I am. Like, I'm making 10%. These guys are making 100%. And so I proposed the idea to a good friend of mine, and he's like, shit, yeah, let's do it. So he gave me a bunch of cash, tested the theory, and I started analyzing all the deals and building our own algorithms and credit report and all that. And I knew if a bank took it, or like 3 of the 5 lenders took it, it's probably a good deal, right? Like, I don't need to reinvent the wheel. These guys have their own algorithms. They're billion-dollar companies. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I would cherry pick all those at first and then feed them to us. And then I started wanting to like figure out why they're picking them, right? So I started analyzing, like, is it loan to value? Is it credit? Is it an amalgamation of it? Why are we picking that? And then, yeah, now
Here it is.
7 years later, we have our own finance company.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And we do everything, like marine, RV, auto, a little bit of everything.
When can you walk me back to starting the bike shop?
Mm-hmm.
What was the tipping point? Was there an aha moment, or was there a bunch of little ones that kind of led you there?
I was going through some stuff at the time, trying to find my way.
Sorry.
And I saw an ad for a motorcycle shop that was for sale that I just found randomly. And I went and met the guy. And in hindsight, this was a mistake that I made in business. I bought a struggling bike shop that had a whole bunch of like trinkets in it and weird shit in it. Even my wife would tell you, she's like, this thing does not look like you. Like, what are you doing with all this stuff? And I had already made a commitment. I had a buddy at BDC Bank that is like, based off these financials, I can't really give you the loan, but I rejigged them. I put in some money, and then he just like, he pushed it through and made it happen, which is kind of like normal for me. I'm like a cancer. I don't go away till I get what I want.
At least you know it.
Yeah. But looking at it now, I shouldn't have bought that place. I should have just started it from scratch. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
So buy all the old problems.
Yeah. So I sold everything at auction, revamped it all. And then I knew I was good at sales because I had done a lot of sales jobs, like cold call sales all across Canada, doing heavy equipment. I did advertising sales for quite some time, marketing and advertising.
Random gigs.
And I was always really good at it. And so I thought, okay, I can positively affect the business in sales. I need someone smarter than myself to run the back shop. And then I met my partner, Nick, then, and he was just like a genie in a bottle for me. He was my godsend. It was the best partnership ever. Yeah. He was just, he sent me a resume through a Kijiji ad that he had like copied and pasted. And he's a mechanic. So you could imagine what this looked like when he sent it to me. And I'm like, oh shit, I got to meet this guy. This is a piece of shit resume. And he came in and he's got these eyebrows that are like Eugene Levy, you know, like big, and he just manicured them for me before he came in. It was just like the nicest, sweetest dude. I got him to wrench on something. I'm like, this is a match made in heaven. This is the guy. Yeah.
Did it take long to like make the decision to buy the bike shop? Like, was it
I already made the decision as soon as I saw the ad, and I knew that I could piece together enough money that I would take from somewhere.
Yeah.
And then I already had the link from BDC because my buddy was the VP there.
Yeah.
And he's just like, whatever, I'll just do it. Right. So I already knew as soon as I saw the ad that I could buy that bike shop.
And you trusted it?
Even though it was rocky and they should never done it and I should have never done it, I knew it would happen. Yeah.
And you just like trusted the idea? Because it's a swing, right?
Oh yeah, it's a huge swing. Yeah, especially when you're 30 or whatever and you know, you don't really have any money.
Yeah.
Right.
But then do you think it's that uncomfortable piece again?
For sure.
Is it just like being okay with this random scenario?
But I was solidified in my mind that it was a go right at the very beginning. And I just said, no one's going to stop me from getting it. Like whatever hurdle can come, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Do you think that's like, you know, without that, you're not where you are right now, obviously. Did people around you like question you? Like, what kind of...
Yeah. Everyone thought I was nuts, but didn't want to tell me either, right? Because they're not going to want to say it to my face. But yeah, I think... And even the customers, like the old customers I had that I had to fire and get rid of, are like, dude, you're crazy. This will never work. Right. And the old owner too was probably like, sucker.
I'll buy you on the bounce back.
Yeah. And every time they come around now, they're like, man, I can't believe what you've done here. Like, this is amazing. How come I didn't do this? Yeah.
So where do all the ideas come from when you buy the thing? Do you look at yourself as like a creative thinker? You know, did you have ideas to actually implement into this thing, or like, like what did you, and just quietly, like you just been thinking about it, or do you process things quickly, or like how do you, once you buy it, what do you know what to do?
I process pretty quickly, and it might be my greatest asset and my worst, because I make decisions and I just go.
Yeah.
Right. And then we'll see where the dust settles afterwards. And sometimes it works well and sometimes it doesn't. But I knew, like, I knew I needed to focus on sales. I knew I wasn't a savvy businessman yet, so I needed to go back to school. And I needed to find role models that were really good at all the stuff that I wasn't good at yet and figure it out. Right.
How do you, so you went back to school?
I went and started to be part of this entrepreneurs organization, and they do a whole bunch of learning days and teach you accounting and teach you cash flow and how to deal with people. And so I was surrounded by guys that had, $300 million companies or $1 billion company or whatever that had seen success. And then they give you all their little tidbits, and then you go to learning classes. And yeah, so that was kind of like my school. And then I brushed up on some certificates and stuff like that too. But I already had a marketing background because I had sold advertising and marketing, right? So all the pieces kind of fit.
Randomly though.
Yeah.
Right? like
yeah. When you think about it, right? Randomly. Yeah.
But it's when you're in it, like all those random things they might just feel like in the moment this is what it is. But it's really interesting when you get to a spot where you can look back and like connect them all.
Oh yeah, for
and
sure.
Just be like,
the universe is funny that way, right? And that's when I made that connection even with my sister stealing that motorbike. I'm like, fuck, like if she would have never done that, I wouldn't have a motorcycle shop. I wouldn't have even been into bikes, right? So sometimes you don't know your good luck from your bad.
Yeah.
But I think, with people too, they're scared to like do anything with it. They're handcuffed by this fear of ever getting started. And just like you said, like chipping away at all those little things. And then when you sit back and you're like, oh, that was part of this. That was part of the bigger plan. It's really cool when you can sit back and see it. Right.
It's like this unlock.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden there's like so much clarity around it. And you can just, everything makes sense. You can make better decisions because you're kind of on it. You're like in the right flow. When you spin up a finance company, it fits perfectly because you're like watching this happen.
Right.
You're not guessing. You're like,
yeah,
that's what it is.
This is what it is. Yeah. The universe has funny ways of working with you and presenting stuff with you if you're in tune with it.
And when did you figure that out?
Long time ago, through not figuring it out. Like, yeah, it was the mental space that one is in is aspirate to. You're putting that into the universe, and it's giving it back to you, however it comes. So what you put out, you better put out something good. Right? It's way smarter than we are.
Have you always operated that way?
I think from a fairly young age.
Yep.
Yeah. And then even, doing shitty shit when you're younger and your moral compass, and then seeing what's provided or how that chips away at you. It's like, that doesn't feel good. What feels good? What's vibing for me? What works for me? Right? So I did figure it out fairly young. But even if you have it figured out, you're still going to make some shitty choices or mistakes. Like, we're still human, right?
Yeah. Good
humans can do shitty things.
Do you operate in this business now for over a decade?
Yeah.
Has there been like different versions of it? From when you open the door,
For sure.
do you have this like constant? Is it, do you actually put in like positive energy to move it forward, or are you like watching, listening, and then making moves, or like how do you keep this thing going?
Well, and you'll know this, there's peaks and valleys, right? And there's big ones that come, and it's almost, you could almost see the timeline on every business. Like year 3 where you're climbing and you're doing well, and then you hit another peak or valley. And it's dangerous if you're in a bad spot in a valley, right? It gets pretty tumultuous. But for me, my biggest selling feature is that I am really positive, and that I'm always pushing the ball forward, even in a shit storm. Right. So yeah, it's been interesting for sure, to say the least. Yeah. I've felt the highs and lows a few times where it's like I'm hanging from a noose out in wintertime because we're seasonality, and I've got no cash left. And it's like, what am I doing with my life? Oh, I'm about to go bankrupt. And then I've felt all the highs where it's like, this is the best year ever. This is amazing. Right. But I think not getting wrapped up and overwhelmed, like our emotions don't own us. It's okay to feel sad or jealous or fearful or whatever. But like knowing that you can push through and you're going to get to the other side at some point is important. And it's important for everything, not even just business, right?
Did you figure that out on your own? Have you like read something?
I've read tons of, I do all kinds.
Like you go looking for
looking for information and self-help stuff, and listen to all kinds of crazy stuff. But I've been, I guess, on self-improvement train for, I don't know, a few decades. Yeah.
So consciously.
Yeah.
Just like,
yeah.
And do you think it's based on, you have questions, or you're just like what puts you on that path?
I've always been inquisitive to other people too, like ones that I see that are successful. And I've had a few different mentors, and it's funny because whenever I find someone, it's like, this guy's being a really great dad or a husband, this guy's a great businessman, I haven't found one where I'm like, you got all the pieces put together. It's like, you're a great businessman, but you're a piece of shit to your family. You don't even talk to your kids. You don't, and then that's like the opposite side on some of the pendulum with the other stuff. Right. So I think for me, seeing all the different players and what they're doing, and then asking them, like, how have you had your self-help journey? What are you into? What are you reading? Right. I spend at least an hour a day in the car. Why wouldn't I listen to something productive for that hour rather than blasting tunes? Sometimes I still blast tunes because I'm like, I want to clear my head, and that's fun. But like for the most part, I probably am listening to a podcast or a doctor on something or whatever, right? So I spend a lot of time just taking in information from people smarter than me. Full circle. First rule of comedy.
Is it so it's like very top of mind for you to invest the time and energy to kind of just keep that
what
forward.
About you?
No, I don't do anything.
You don't?
I manage, I'm definitely not perfect. I manage my kind of up downs through physical activity. That's kind of my thing. As far as learning, it's 177 of these.
Right. Yeah. You probably meet some really cool cats, right?
And so, the questions I ask, part of them is for my own benefit, because you can learn from everybody. So as I have all these conversations, and usually they're like elevated humans,
right? I
learn a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like, I've built this scenario where I get to learn in a different way. Yeah. So it's kind of,
what's your go-to for sports stuff then?
I bike quite a lot in the mornings.
Okay.
That's kind of my thing. Yeah. Sun comes up, I
like
go
on
for
a speed bike?
Yeah, I got like a road bike.
Okay. Do you wear the full setup?
No spandex allowed.
Okay.
No spandex allowed.
You'd get along good with the jiu-jitsu people. We wear spandex too.
I will not wear spandex.
Okay.
So it's like, my routine is, a 30K loop in the morning.
Oh, sweet.
Sun comes up, I go for a rip.
Yeah.
Kind of sets my day. And then I kind of notice it, like when I start to swing down, things just aren't quite firing. It's because I haven't rode my bike in like 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of my thing. And then as far as, chasing a goal or like trying to excel at something, water skiing is my sport.
Oh, cool.
So when I want to, as we get older.
Great city for it. Perfect spot.
Dude, there's a club.
Is there?
20 minutes south of Calgary.
Oh, shit.
2 lakes, 2 boats.
Really?
Yeah, man-made.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I ski my brains out.
All right.
So it's like, for me, athletics is the thing where it's like my check and my balance.
Mm-hmm.
I can excel at something. I can like work towards a goal, and I just moderate myself through exercise.
Yeah. Yeah, I do the same. I'm at the gym a couple days a week, and then I do jiu-jitsu another 3 days a week. If I'm not active,
Yep.
I start to get pretty squirrely. Even my ex would say, she's like, you should go to the club.
Take yourself for a walk.
Yeah. You need to choke out humans that are paying for it, not ones that are aimless on the streets.
It's so basic though, right?
Mm-hmm.
It almost gets overlooked as far as like how to manage yourself.
I think it's one of the most important things for mental health, to be honest.
Yep.
If you're not taking care of yourself, then you're going crazy.
For sure.
For sure.
And it's, I was off camera when I told you about the sports psych guy I had on, like,
You probably have some information.
It's movement, right?
Yeah.
It's movement. And it's just, so yes, when you learn listening, I also learn by listening, but it's this environment where I listen versus going to look
for stuff.
Other people.
They come to you.
That's it.
You don't have to go to them.
Which is, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
And when I start this thing, I didn't know that would be it, but.
Is that how did you go in with the intention when you started? Like, did you know what it was going to turn into and morph into, or what was your idea when you first had this brainiac idea that popped in?
There was two reasons I started it.
Okay.
Build a brand online.
Yeah.
And create video content to build that brand.
Okay.
That was it.
So those were the underlying factors.
That's the reason
and then
I started
it just evolved into
you and I sitting in the studio.
Yeah. Wicked studio.
And that's but that's the 6-year kind of journey of this whole thing, right?
And where did it start? When and where?
December 2020. And I've been shooting at Model Milk for 5 years.
Was that start of COVID?
It was kind of like in the middle of it all. Okay. I think COVID showed up in March.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it's kind of like, I don't know, like for you, like, did you know when you bought this shop, could you see where it is right now in 12 years?
No, but I was manifesting it from an early time, for sure.
Dig into that. What were you doing? What's your version of manifestation?
I mean, I even do that as my morning routine right now. When I'll wake up, I go for a quick walk. I watch the sunrise, and then I'll do a cold plunge, and then I'll write in my journal. And I literally will write down or manifest what the day is gonna present or look like. Even sales wise, how many bikes we might sell, or what pieces I'm going to put together, what's a big play that I'm going to move on. But when I first started the bike shop, the picture is more grandiose rather than a day-to-day thing, right? Like I'm visualizing what that looks like as an end goal or through the journey and what it feels like. I think it's important to like feel it. Do you know what I mean? Because then you have some sort of trigger in the body that's emotionally attached to this thing that's driving it, like a subconscious. Does that make sense?
Completely.
Okay.
This is like, back this conversation up 7 minutes. How do I learn?
Yeah.
What's interesting is just like hearing, because it's a different approach, right?
Right.
That will not make sense to a lot of people that are very black and white. That are very like, get the education, do the thing, get the family, get the house, get the job, which is great.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. If that's your idea, but if that's someone else's idea that you're just living, then I feel sad for you
I'll catch you.
because you're not really truly happy.
Yeah.
Right.
But this, hearing a different perspective, that's kind of outside the box, a little like gray thinking.
Right.
It's this, you saying that gives me confidence in how I operate.
Right.
So this is, it's like this.
Yeah. It's never ending circle.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you think that without all this work that you're putting in behind the scenes, that the shop is where it is?
No, you gotta work. You gotta work however you work.
Yeah.
Whatever tools you have in your tool chest, you have to implement them, and then you need to surround yourself with people that have different tools.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, my superpower, to be honest with you. Yeah. I'd rather be in a room where I'm the dumbest person or I'm in the wrong room. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why I'm in here.
It's obviously like gut intuition, right? Mm-hmm. It's that superpower, like being able to get a read on somebody quickly, pick up an energy, hear a story and understand this makes a lot of sense. Do you trust it through and through? Is there any speed wobbles ever? Or is it like this is...
I think, the universe will break you once in a while just to test, to see where you're at and if you're still loyal to your plan. So there's going to be hurdles and speed bumps and all those things, but it wouldn't be as glorious if you didn't have to go through all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, even the people I've hired, my interviews suck. I don't really I don't have a basis for foundation of anything. Yeah. It's going off of like this.
Yeah.
And then you figure out someone's moral compass and just divert it's more just a conversation than an interview, if that makes sense. Yeah. And then I just go based off of that. And I've always had supreme people. I've just been surrounded by amazing people all the time.
Do you have a vision for this thing? I don't know how far out. I don't know if you look in 3, 5, 10, or if you do none of that. Like, how do you look at this?
I've done the timeline back in the day when I was with that crew for the Entrepreneurs organization. So they kind of force you to do that anyways.
Do you like that? Do you like that process of like structuring things like that?
Not really, because there's a whole bunch of stuff in between that you're structuring that I think's kind of bullshit, to be honest with you. So for me, what I've always found success in is just the end picture.
You have that.
And
that's clear.
And all the stuff that's in between is just, it's coming and going and it's going to be there anyways.
Yep.
So I don't always have a well set out plan, and it's probably irresponsible of me, to be honest, but I have a vision of what this end thing looks like. And so I'm just always pushing towards that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you think it's not being responsible, or is that because we've been told, when you speak to all the experts or whatever,
right,
it's like, write it down, lay it out, and I'm with you. I can't do it. My brain won't go there.
Yeah.
So who's to say that we're not right?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't think it is wrong, to be honest. Like, people get so caught up in this like structure of what this looks like, but they're not visionaries in the fact that they can't even picture the end thing. They're caught up in the day-to-day, head down, bum up routine of whatever this specific little thing looks like. You know what I mean?
Completely.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you were to ask me what this facility is, what like steps are gonna, like all the things, I can tell you any of that.
Yeah.
But I have this like
feeling of it. Yeah.
I can, it's, I don't have a clear picture.
You don't know what it is, but it feels good.
That's it.
And that it's going to be something.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, we even had that chat off camera or offline about, like, I asked you, what are you doing with all this? And you didn't know. And I thought, that's brilliant. That's great, because it's going to evolve into something amazing.
Yeah.
You don't know what it is, but you know that you want to do it. right? And you're going to have so many cool people through here that it's going to be impossible for it not to be something amazing, right? Honestly.
I agree. But
So imagine if you wasted all this time on a business plan and a format and all the things that go along with it when it's completely bullshit anyways, because it's not actually what's going to happen.
yeah.
So now you've wasted all this fucking time, resource, and energy on something that's literally not applicable.
Agreed. Do you have the opportunity to get into these kind of conversations with many people? Like, does anybody try and pick your brain about, like, dude, how have you done this? You know, like,
Once in a while, yeah.
which is, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I get into it a little bit, but it's, you know, to actually hear it. And I'm fully on board with how you operate.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's some characters that you come across.
I do come across a few characters for sure. I mean, I'm not always an open book or willing to talk to everyone, but yeah, there's a few cats out there for sure. Yeah.
Are you, you know, hearing the story, obviously the first time, me and Shep went for lunch at the Garrison. That's the only time we've met. Me hearing the story for the first time, are you surprised at where you are right now? Or are you exactly...
No, I'm not surprised. I always knew that. I mean, I'm surprised at the journey and the adventures of stuff that life's presented and done, and the highs and the lows and all the things when you look back at it. But the core of what I've created or what I'm doing, I knew from a young age that I would do all that stuff in a sense. Maybe not the specific business or the specific timelines or specific person you'd marry or kids or all that stuff. But I always had like an underlining burning desire of what this picture would eventually get to. And then it changes. Because you're like, oh, I got what I wanted, but I don't want that. Next. Yeah.
The reason I asked the question is because, you know, your upbringing was far from normal.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing you could have easily gone the other way.
For sure.
And that other way.
I probably did a few times.
But really gone the other way.
Yeah.
You know, to a point where
you can't come back.
Yeah. And you and I aren't talking and like, and. Does that occupy any brain power, or were you just always like very singular on not letting that be the outcome?
I mean, I definitely veered off the wrong path a few times, and I can see where it happened and what was happening. But my moral compass was always good, and I always knew I was a good person. So I'd feel those feelings of like, say, doing too much drugs or being, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
All the stuff that you fall into, especially when you're heavily depressed and you've got a bunch of childhood trauma. And so you use that as like your crutch or your excuse. Well, I can be a piece of shit because I've been through this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's just a crutch. It's pretend. And you're wearing a fake story so that you don't have to be good and you don't have to be better, because that shit's tough.
Yeah.
It's hard to go out and work. It's hard to be a dad. It's hard to be a husband. It's hard to own businesses. It's hard to do all that shit. And if you think in the back of your mind, oh, I'm not worth it, I'm going to fail, then you never get started and you never do it. And I always knew young that I was meant for great stuff, that I'm a good dude, and that I can outwork anyone. And so that's always been there, even when I've veered off the path and been a piece of shit. I'm like, oh, you're being a piece of shit. You better get on the path, dude. You don't want to stay down here. This is a waste of time. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Dude, like it's perfectly.
Okay.
Perfectly. Like it's, yeah, man, just hear, like I said, hearing this, cause you know, I've come across enough people in my life, but like, you know, you had a tricky upbringing. And so it's just fascinating that you and I are sitting here today.
Yeah. It's probably not your normal clientele that comes through the door. Like
No.
last week you had the psychologist for the Head of the Flames. I'm definitely not that.
But like, you know, you go back to the learning thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody, you can almost learn from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
If you actually like sit there and listen,
For sure.
you can actually like pick stuff up.
I agree.
And so I think it's, yeah, for
If
me,
given the opportunity.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of fast. Obviously I got to come by the shop and check it out.
Yeah.
But like the energy in your bike shop,
Mm-hmm.
what is it? Is it like, I have this like,
That's a good question.
I have this like this weird thing about what I think it might be, but like, how would you describe the energy there? Because you're the kind of,
It's fairly goofy,
yeah,
to be honest.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not a super serious vibe.
Mhm.
You know, all the guys and I get along really well. I have good quality staff. Even my young guy, where I thought, like, the young generation doesn't really have a lot of work ethic, to be honest with you. Sorry for the young cats, but I don't think they know what real work is like. And I hired a young guy, and he's just like fruit of the earth, shows up on time, first one in, last one out, ready to work, right? So I think the vibe of the shop's fairly goofy because everybody's just like, shots are fired all the time, right? We're goofing around, but everyone's getting their shit done. So it's fairly lighthearted. I'm not like a drill sergeant over them. I know that they know what they're doing. They all work. If they need help or guidance, then I help them.
I feel like, as I was asking the question, I have this like weird image in my head of like almost like two barber chairs in your lobby.
Yeah.
And I just feel like you could be sitting in one, and like customers would come through, and you like,
we do have some chairs actually by the front door, and then I'll just sit and chat with customers there, right? And it's cool because you can learn so much from people, right? Like the same thing you're doing, but I get to do that with my customers that are coming in and need a service. But yeah, I usually am like the therapist there for them, to be honest. And we have every walk of life. Like it's hilarious because we've got scooter gangs, and we've got Hells Angels, and we've got police officers and firefighters and lawyers and accountants, and like every walk of life comes through that door, and everybody has a story. It usually is around a motorcycle, so I have to hear some pretty repetitive on how things started or how they got into bikes or whatever.
But there can't be any like yours.
It's not like mine. It's not. No. But they have their story, and they want to be heard, and it's kind of cool because it ties it in together. And then I think about my story. I'm like, oh, you're getting something out of this. That's cool, right?
Which is interesting for you to have all these wild experiences through your life, being put in like uncomfortable situations, and like you're almost like set up to handle this random bunch of clients coming through from all walks of life. Cause you can, I'm sure you're like a bit of a chameleon where you can.
Oh yeah. I can blend in with whatever crowd I need to, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's funny cause the police officers hate the Hells Angels. Hells Angels hate the police officers. And somehow they'll both come to my establishment, and I have to tell them there's good cops and there's bad cops. There's good bikers and there's shithead bikers. If you're a good person and you want to pay your bill, come to my shop. By all means, I'll let anyone come.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, and they'll argue with me. Well, you can't let that person in, or you can't let this person in. Dude, it's my shop. I'm letting you in because you're a good person and you pay your bill. The shitheads, go away, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Yeah.
It's been really cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been.
Yeah. It's,
Thanks for having me.
I'm glad Shep did the intro. As he's recommended a couple of people, and
Has he?
As soon as he says it, I'm like, yes. So thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, of course. Anytime.
I end the show with one question. When I say Calgary, where does your head go?
I think we started with that.
I know. You flipped the script on me.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it goes to a happy place, to be honest.
Cool.
That's where I think life switched into a positive vibe for me. And I love this city. I think we have one of the best cities on the planet, to be honest with you. And I know a lot of people dog it sometimes, but for me, it's a happy place. I love the people here, the community. I love building the community. I'm involved in tons of shit where I can give back, which is nice. So yeah, for me, it's a pretty happy place. Even though, you know, you go on vacation and you see another space and you're kind of like dazzled by this diamond. But if you didn't actually live there and go through the whole thing, it's like, we got a really cool city we live in.
For sure.
Yeah.
Thanks again, dude.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Yeah, this is a cool conversation.
I appreciate it.